Hello everyone, welcome back to the weekly Forex analysis. Let's get going and start off with the DXY. And last week we were expecting DXY here to make a consolidation and then make another higher high. And as you can see, this resulted in 80 pips towards the upside for the DXY. In the coming week, you can see that the price is slowing down a bit here. We might get a consolidation along the way, a small one. We have a trend line here that we need to pay close attention to because the price here might correct, drop, and then push back up to take out this equal highs here that recently formed. Moving on to EURUSD. Last week we were expecting the price here to make a consolidation and then push back down to take out this low. And as you can see, the price tagged the low, breaking it with a few pips. And now it's starting to make a messy pattern here. As you can see, this here is a correction because the price is moving inside this range here and there's no momentum towards the upside or the downside. So we expect here two scenarios. One is that the price will push up to make a complex pullback, filling this liquidity left here around the fair value gap. There's still some liquidity to collect inside this fair value gap level here, as you can see. So this one should look like this, and we might move towards this level before dropping, or wait here for a crossover on the MACD. The price will move up a bit in this case. And then if we get a bearish reaction, then most likely the price will go back down and take out this low in a stronger manner that it did here. So be prepared for these two possibilities. Pound USD, this one we expected the price here to pull back, move back down. And as you can see here, the price resulted in a 75 pips move towards the downside, taking out this low as expected. And now as you can see here, the price is making a range. This suggests that more bearish momentum lays ahead of us, so I'm expecting sooner rather than later a drop. This correction here can become a bit more complex and then drop, similar to Euro USD. So keep an eye out on this possibility. Dollar yen, this one moved accordingly. We're expecting here a consolidation and then one more push towards the upside. As you can see from this arrow on the screen, the price moved 252 pips. So in the coming week, I'm expecting here the price to make a small pullback and continue the uptrend. So dollar yen, the trend is bullish. We only have a trend line here in case the price will decide to correct deeper. This will be the level to watch here before pushing back up. But as things stand at this moment in time, I'm expecting here a small consolidation, one more push towards the upside to take out this top. Australian dollar versus the US dollar. Last week it was hard to make a price prediction because as you can see here, this is a very messy pattern, so we wanted to see more structure ahead. So the way things are looking here, I'm still a bit cautious on this one, but the way things are looking, as you can see, we had this wave up followed by another leg up after consolidation, created this higher high. So this means that locally here the trend is bullish, and then we got a pullback that hit this order block area highlighted here. So as you can see, the price collected the liquidity from this level and then started to push back up. This was a perfect example of a liquidity sweep, and now I'm expecting here the price to consolidate and make one more move towards the upside, but we have to wait and see because things could become messy at any point. This could drop, push back up again, so it can be making something similar to this area here. So it's better to stay away. I advise you guys to stay away from Australian dollar versus the US dollar because the structure isn't clear. But what I'm inclining to think is that this order block here got tagged with a reason, which means that the price has a chance that it might correct here and then push back up one more time, breaking this top and creating a new higher high. New Zealand USD, this one keeps dropping. We created here a channel, so the price might be bouncing up and down inside this area. So pay close attention to the price inside these levels here because this might be creating an ending structure here. So I advise you guys to stay away because the price can move messy inside this range here, creating a zigzag. So there's no need to trade it and force a trade. We have an order block sitting above here, which could be targeted at some point, but for now things aren't clear. We don't have any shift in the structure of the market, so the price can stay here for a while and create a messy pattern. So New Zealand USD, it's one to avoid for the coming week. USDCAD, for this one last week we're expecting two scenarios, one of which unfolded. Both of them were bullish. The question was that from where the price will start to push back up, and as you can see, we had this first scenario here with this consolidation and then a pullback towards the upside, and the second one was a drop towards this order block level here, collecting all the liquidity and then a push towards the upside. So as you can see, the second scenario unfolded. That's why patience pays off, and it's always important to know your options and to know the possibilities of a trend, how it can develop. So in the coming week, you have to be patient here because we got a breakout from this area, and now the price is pulling back sharp. I'm still expecting the price to push back up from here, so we have to pay close attention to the price action. We have another order block which was targeted here, and the price gave us a reaction. You can see this whole week here that is left behind. This means that there's a possibility that the price will start pushing back up from here, but in a messy manner. So be careful. USD Swiss franc, we were expecting last week a breakout of this line here, and then a pullback, and then a continuation towards the upside. So at the moment we just reached this level. We have to wait a bit more here and see how the price action will develop, because this could be making a consolidation, and then we can get another wave up to collect the liquidity sitting above around this order block. Pound yen, similar to dollar yen, this one made a consolidation as expected, and then it went up more than 200 pips, 250 pips. And in the coming week, I'm still expecting this messy move to persist here. As you can see, the momentum is bullish, but the volume is pretty low here. So the price is making messy patterns at the moment, and it's pretty hard to catch a trade inside this swing here. So I'm expecting here bullish continuation in the coming week, but I want to advise you guys to take any chances on it only if you get a pullback and then a reaction. This is the safer option and the best one in my opinion, so keep an eye out on this possibility. Other than that, the price will continue to push up in a messy manner, so be careful. For gold, last week we were expecting the price to make a pullback here and then drop to take out this low. We didn't broke the low. We targeted the liquidity from the $2,300 level. So as you can see, the price moved 400 pips in our direction. So I'm expecting soon a new lower low to occur here. But first, like you know, nothing is certain in the market. So we have to wait and see, because this could become more complex here. And in the coming week, I'm expecting a reaction towards this zone here, 2.35K. This is the next area to watch for a sell setup. If not, leave it alone, focus on something else. Silver, this one again was a perfect analysis. We expected this small flag here and then a breakout towards the downside to take out this low. The price dropped 150 pips. So in the coming week, I'm expecting here this consolidation to continue and then maybe drop one more time to take out this low completely again, because we only tagged this one here and broke it with a few pips. So I don't think this is enough. I think this is creating here a bull trap, and then the price will drop one more time to take out this level. This trend line here needs to be a bit modified, so this is the correct one at the moment, because we broke this low here and created a new lower low. So wait for this pullback and then look for a reaction towards the downside. For oil, we were expecting last week the bullish momentum to continue, and as you can see, the price moved up, but we wanted to see a pullback towards this level before pushing back up. Instead, the price made here a sideways move and then started to print towards the upside without hitting our reaction level. So for the coming week, I'm still expecting oil to make here a consolidation, maybe a deeper one, and then push back up to take out this top. Natural gas, for this one, we're expecting the price to make a move towards the upside, corrective or impulsive, but the price went down, broke this trend line here, and now things look like we can be making here a complex pattern in the grand scheme of things. So wait for two possibilities, either a small correction and then another drop, either a bigger move towards the upside, and then we will see if we drop again or make something complex here before pushing back up. So there are multiple options inside this swing that is developing right now. We also have a trend line, so pay close attention to this trend line in case it gets broken, and then you can see some consolidations above. Then this means that the chances are that the price will continue to move towards the upside. Other than that, the price is bearish at the moment, so we might continue to create lower lows as we have done in the past 2 weeks. For S&P, I was expecting the price to push towards the trend line and then make another wave up. So as you can see, the price took out this top, and now it's more or less in the same area that it was last week. Same scenario for the coming trading week. I'm expecting here this pullback to continue a bit more towards the downside and then continue to push back up. For NASDAQ, we're expecting two scenarios, a consolidation and then a move towards the downside to collect all the liquidity from this level here. We had loads of orders sitting here, so As you can see, they got targeted and then the price started to move back up. And the second scenario was that the price could potentially continue in a messy move to take out this stop. So as you can see, the first scenario unfolded, and now I'm expecting here a sign. It's a bit 50-50 because the trend is strong towards the upside but needs a consolidation, a deeper one. So considering the fact that we had a fair value gap level sitting here and also a supply zone above, you can see that the price reacted towards the downside. This means that there's a chance that we might get here a small pullback and then drop one more time to take out this low and create this bigger pattern before another push up, or it can easily push back up because we collected some liquidity from this level. So we have to be careful here. It's a 50-50. Personally, I would like to see this one go down. I won't trade it towards the downside because then we will have an opportunity to buy it from a cheaper price. Okay, so this is my bias and my thought process for NASDAQ. Let's buy it from a cheaper price. Let's not engage in any trades right now. Let's wait for the price to pull back deeper and collect the liquidity below before moving back up. That's what I want to see. And don't forget that sometimes patience pays off. So this could be a perfect example of this kind of situations. For Bitcoin, last week we were expecting a consolidation and then a drop. As you can see, the price dropped more than 600 pips. If you remember, we were targeting in the previous video the 62k level or a bit below that, and the price went towards the 58, tagging the 58 level, and now the way things are looking here, looks like we'll get more bearish momentum here. Things are not clear because this could become a bit more deeper before dropping, or it could do a lot of stuff. But considering the fact that we had this sharp wave down, the momentum is still towards the upside. So there's still sellers left in the market, and we can anticipate another drop from here, take out this low, and then we'll see what happens next. For Ethereum, we were expecting the price to break out from this rectangle either until it breaks out in a direction or the other. So as you can see, we broke down towards the downside, and now as things stand, we have two possibilities here. This could be enough for the price to drop and create a new lower low, or it can be making something messy here and eventually at some point should start pushing back up, but it's too early to figure that out at the moment. So we have to be a bit more patient here because you don't want to be stuck in a stupid trade. So we need a bit more info here on the chart. So we have to wait for a few more candles here to develop so we can make up our mind on what's going to happen next. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit that like button and also subscribe to our channel. And if you have any other requests for any other instruments that you'd like us to cover, head over in the comment section below, leave us your pair, and we'll add it to our watch list in the future video. So I wish all of you a happy trading week ahead. Don't forget to trade with care, and see you guys on the next one.